All right. George Soros meets with Democratic donors to plan to take back power from Trump. Link to the article below, and feel free to send me video-worthy political articles. They couldn't stop Trump from winning the election fairly, even when they had the deck stacked in a dozen different ways against him. So, what will they resort to? What will these power-hungry people resort to? This meeting behind closed doors of different individuals seems to be cooking up a sabotage of him to make his presidency look bad or look as a failure. You know, the mainstream media would jump on that like a jaguar. Or they could be even more desperate. The next step would probably be, they would plot some sort of assassination attempt, which would, of course, no doubt use some sort of patsy on some sort of psychology medication. And you can easily guess such would be spun to demonize patriots and guns, because you didn't know that guns kill people? People don't kill people, guns kill people. Yeah. That's what you gotta educate people on. Yep. Believe it. But you can take that to the bank. But we absolutely need Donald as a leader. Without him, the movement weakens by many ripples. If something were to happen to him, it could trigger patriots quite a bit. But we got to understand how the mainstream media operates. They could demonize Jesus in collusion with one another. So, quite simply put, no rioting, only peaceful protests with no interference in anything if something were to happen. But quite simply, we must pray for Donald's protection from evil garbage. But anyhow, a little bit about George Soros. He's got like $20 billion. He's an ally of Hillary. And he's got his Move On website and Open Society organization, I believe. And I think there was something about him funding Black Lives Matter protests and riots. So I think there was something that said 650,000. Maybe that's just from one instance, I don't know. There was something about him also dealing with going against some sort of sheriff, and I think the sheriff ended up losing because Soros put forth, I think, $2 million to defeat him. So he's got all this money to toss around. But anyhow, so yeah, they met. A bunch of people met in Washington, D.C. Soros and other wealthy liberal friends. I guess they're going to use their money to undermine Trump. It was at Mandarin Oriental Hotel for 3 days, according to the article. Democracy Alliance Donor Club. Nancy Pelosi, Elizabeth Warren, Keith Ellison were, I guess, some of the people who are supposed to be there or something, or were, or whatever the case. But yeah, Democracy Alliance Donor Club. Interesting. So that must be a bit of a group. And the article said they have their eyes set towards the next 2 years, which is what they were talking about. And also there's the idea of Trump's first 100 days. They want to drag him through the mud. They don't want him to get anything done, pretty much. They want to sabotage and block and destroy every effort, destroy every ounce of opportunity that this nation has to turn around. It's just nuts. Absolutely nuts. They want to take back power. And these high-rank individuals, it's a very human thing, but good gosh, all the money in the world, it makes you power hungry, and these are power hungry, control freak individuals, people involved in the New World Order. So, and then there was a quote from someone, I didn't write down who, but they said, I think, about Donald Trump is essentially a terrifying assault on President Obama's achievements, and this was in the article, and our progressive vision for an equitable and just nation. President Obama's achievements. Change. That was the biggest deception of all time. He said a lot of things. I remember back then. He said a lot of things. And, what were his achievements? The debt is double. He bringing over refugees, which are potential terrorists. What else is there? The debt going double or more, or whatever the case. Him saying he wouldn't do anything to add to the debt. Same kind of thing Hillary said, actually, with the debt. Hillary said she wouldn't add to the debt, but what was the other thing? Just the change thing was so deceptive. More like pocket change instead of dollars or something. But no, and I'm trying to remember. There was this one really dirty trick that happened. I found it to be a dirty trick. There was quite a while back, probably years, there was this minor tax break, but then they hiked taxes. So essentially, I think the idea was give them a little bit of cash to make them think they can spend, but then hike taxes essentially for that amount to be brought back in. And what that does is that cripples people into debt. So that's just my kind of thought on that. But anyhow, yeah. What did Obama do? Let Hillary tell us what Obama did, or the mainstream media, But anyhow, I think this one's long enough, so yeah, link will be down below. Thank you very much for listening, and I will see you next time.